to Pittsburgh as we got a couple quick hitters. As Mike Tomlin gets an extension through 2027 with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin, who's never had a losing season with the Pittsburgh Steelers, has agreed to an extension today through 2027. He's the NFL's longer tenured coach. He is entering his 18th season. He signed a 3-year extension, and he was entering the final year of a 3-year extension that he signed in 2021 this season as well. And Mike Tomlin, he's a model of winning, model of consistency, and he does that for the Steelers. Mike Tomlin's streak of 17 straight seasons finishing 500 or better is the third longest streak by any coach in NFL history, trailing Tom Landry and Bill Belichick. Tom Landry did it for 21 years. Bill Belichick for 19. Mike Tomlin with 17. He just passed George Hollis for 16. So Raj, Omar Epps, Mike Tomlin, whatever you want to call him, he will be in Pittsburgh for another 3 years. No surprise probably here.
Yeah, no shock there. He's deserved it. I mean, a lot of those Steelers teams that he took to the playoffs had no business making the playoffs, especially after when Ben retired. It's like who was on the team? Like Mason Rudolph was your quarterback. Um, who else was a quarterback? I can't remember all the quarterbacks they ran through since
Kenny
Ben had
Pickett, Mason
Pickett,
Rudolph.
Rudolph. And there was another cat that I
They
can't
had
remember.
they had damn, who else did they have? They had
Oh, look who's in the chat. Of course, as soon as we start talking about Omar Epps, she pops up. What's going on?
some
Chocolate.
Sharon.
What's going on, Miss Sharon? But yeah, I mean, Mike Tomlin is a great coach. I can't front. I don't like the Steelers, of course. I hate them, but I will always give props to him because Mitchell Trubisky. That's right. That's the other one. Um, I always will give props to him because he always finds ways to beat the Ravens. He always keeps the Steelers competitive. And when you think they're not, they're not in it, or they're out of it, they're always in it some type of way. So he deserves his extension. He doesn't deserve to be fired. He's probably one of the best coaches available in the NFL. Well, I say he's one of the top 5 coaches in the NFL right now. And yeah, man, he deserves to when he decides to retire is when he should go. Is when he decides, not when the ownership decides or the fans or whatever. I think is when he decides to leave. He should be able to leave on his own merit. And yeah, this coming season is going to be kind of crazy for the Steelers because they didn't revamp a lot of the offense. The defense is still nasty, of course. They got 2 quarterbacks that can get it done, and it's just going to be ugly in this division, like I've been saying. So Mike Tomlin getting that extension, it only helps the continuity of the team. It helps, the focus on this upcoming season. He doesn't have to worry about a contract dispute or a contract period. He already knows that he's loved and he's taken care of for more years to come. So yeah, man, it's just a great thing for the Steelers organization. Especially for a black man like Mike Tomlin to continue to have that job and hold it down for as long as he's had it.
Cavante, you go ahead pencil them in for 9 wins every year.
Easy,
The
easy.
Steelers. That what do you I mean? Well deserved.
Yes. First of all, phenomenal actor. Okay. He does not get enough credit for what he does on film, and then turn around on Sundays and coach the football team. This is amazing, absolutely amazing. Um, but to the tail end of Rogers' points, um, black man being able to hold down a job. Y'all know how hard that is in the NFL. I really commend and I admire because my organization has not been great uh, for the majority of my life, and I admire organizations that do things the right way and do right by their people. Um, there's been a couple times where there's been some rumblings about um, Mike Tomlin possibly losing his job. And obviously, well, now it was just hearsay, and I heard like a couple minority folks in the Pittsburgh organization did not want him to be there, and it was absolutely absurd because no matter what you put in front of him, he finds a way to make it work. He is the true definition of a chef's coach, I guess I could say. No matter what you give him, he gonna cook it up, and he's gonna put a competitive product on the field every Sunday, no matter what. Look, come on, man, same person, okay, same person. Just put a headset on him, and that's the same person. Um, but also we all know, again, like to my first point, there's not a lot of brothers, um, head coaching brothers in the NFL, and when we do get one or a couple, it's like we lose one, then we gain one, lose one, then we gain one, lose two, then we gain two. But come on, man, come on, man, come on, man. Listen, man, he was in juice. He was in juice. But phenomenal coach. Um, he will be a first ballot Hall of Famer whenever it's all said and done. And I love to watch it, and I think all of us give us some inspiration that brothers out here can do it. All right, and Mike Tomlin is one of the very few, and he's done it for what, 17 years.
Yeah, that's 2007.
He's right there, right around where Jim Harbaugh is, and you know, like again, brothers, it's hard to keep a job nowadays, and no matter what industry you're in, but especially the NFL. And I also commend the Pittsburgh Steelers with running the organization how it's supposed to be ran, and not letting external influences dictate how they run their organization, and keeping a top, like as Rod said, a top five head coach. We're not even going to get into that right now, but I'm comfortable with saying top five head coach right now. And yeah, so I absolutely amazing. Like also, like Rod said, been quite a few times he has not been a couple times where he should not have been in the playoffs, and they found a way in the playoffs. The offense could use some work, but he's a defensive minded guy, so the defense is always going to be good. As long as they get that offense right, first starting with the quarterback, they'll be good to go. And of course, they're in a rough and rugged division. I feel like if you put the Pittsburgh Steelers in any other division, they probably win it. You know, pretty much any division that's not including the Chiefs, pretty much. So it's unfortunate that they're in the North, but they're still making it happen.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that we're heading real quick to mandatory OTAs beginning this week, and for the Ravens tomorrow, Raj. Yes, I know you're excited. The shorts and t-shirts are on, no pads yet. What are you looking forward to seeing from a Ravens perspective? Any storylines, anything you're watching, any position group, any players who may not be there possibly, or could be a little banged up?
I just want them to come there and do their interviews, and show up on time. You know, just show up on time. Everybody come through, do your interviews, work out, get acclimated. You know, together because of the OTAs. There's people coming in and out, and not everybody's there. You know, and then a lot of people were, you know, getting on Lamar because he wasn't there most of the OTAs, and he showed up like the last week of it or whatever. I just want everybody to show up, do your interviews, throw the ball a little bit, work on your defensive, you know, positions, and stay healthy. Go away, you know, after it's done, come back for training camp. Be focused, be prepared, be ready, because the season's going to be long. The season's going to be even tougher than it was last season because of the schedule that we got. And just be focused, man. You know, especially after coming from that AFC Championship game. It's like there's a chip on the team's shoulder right now. So I understand that a lot of the guys that was on that team was not on this team, but the core of that team is still here. So I just want people to be. I just want them to be focused, man. That's all I really want. I don't want nothing crazy. I don't want anything, nothing serious. But that's what I hope they do in mini camp, and come back for training camp with the right mindset, because we definitely gonna need it this season. My God, man, that division is insane, and you know our schedule is no joke. So that's all I ask for mini camp, because I think that's what it is. Is mini camp this week, right?
Right, right, right.
Right. That's
Go
it.
ahead, Cavante. From the Commanders, anything that jumps out to you, any storylines? I know Jaden Daniels, maybe some other players, or anything in the division or throughout the league.
So okay, let's start with the Commanders. It's interesting what I'm hearing and seeing about what they're doing with Emmanuel Forbes. Um, Dan Quinn um has told us on several occasions in interviews and different press conferences that he's going to find what each person does best, especially defensively, what they can do best, and put them in the absolute best position to win. Now, that's easy to be said, easy to be said than done, because obviously all coaches should and do want to do that and should want to do that. But Emmanuel Forbes is out there catching punts, catching kick. Well, I think catching punts and kicks right now. Um, Maybe we just trying stuff. It's early. I'm trying not to look too much into it because I really want Forbes to work out at the position we drafted him at in the first round. But again, I'm going to trust defensive coordinator Coach Witt and head coach Dan Quinn when it comes to Emmanuel Forbes development, because we all saw that he wasn't getting much of it last year. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what becomes of that, and hopefully Emmanuel Forbes could get on the field. Um, yeah, and hopefully they'll get the best out of him. Jaden Daniels, I'm again not looking too much into it. I'm hearing nothing but good things from Jaden Daniels, nothing but good things. But again, there's no pads. They're in the lightest of gear. Um, it's not rough. Nothing crazy is going on as far as physicality. So it's hard to really judge that. And it's funny because I was listening to Logan Paulson, one of our former tight ends. He has a podcast with another guy who used to be a beat writer for the Commanders, and they are really lax. Like, they're not doing anything. I don't think they'll be doing anything. Literally, they're not doing anything physical until well into training camp. And back in the day, they was thudding every now and then, early on. And it's really hard to judge somebody without the physicality of the game, because we know what it is on Sundays. So if you can't simulate that, it's really hard to judge what we're watching. So I'm just excited for August at this point. And training camp to come, and practices, and the preseason and all that good stuff, because it's really hard to look at them now and really get a good grasp of what's to come. Um, I'm loving, as a Commanders fan, I'm loving what I'm seeing in Dallas. Okay, Raj, I'm loving what I'm seeing in Dallas. Okay, we got Dak Prescott out there, we got CD Lamb out there, and we got Michael Parsons out there that have to be paid. Absolutely have to be paid. And at most, you can pay two of them. At most, you can pay two of them, and that means my rivals will be
That's
in some turmoil. I think this upcoming football season, because CeeDee Lamb holding out. See, CeeDee Lamb is pulling Ezekiel Elliott back in the day. And Dak Prescott, this is his final year of the contract. So at the end of this season, he will be a free agent. And then, Michael Parsons been in the league 3 years already. You know what I'm saying? And he's one of the best defenders in the NFL. So he will get paid, on the probably Bosa end of the spectrum more. I'm sure it'll be more because it goes up every year. Um, I'm pretty sure Michael, when it's time to pay Michael Parsons, he's going to be the highest paid defender at that time. And I'm just saying, cripple the Cowboys any and every way you can. I am here for all of it. Okay, I am here for all of it. So that's that. Those are some things I've been looking at and keeping my eye on, and I'm loving every bit of it.
Let us know